Want to turn now to the crisis in Ukraine. Once again, thousands of Russian troops are holding military exercises near the Ukrainian border. At least 10,000 soldiers, along with artillery batteries, tanks, forces, and assault helicopters are active in the region. Meanwhile, in eastern Ukraine, violent clashes between pro-Russian demonstrators and supporters of the Ukrainian government left at least one person dead Thursday. In Donetsk, 17 people were injured after rival groups clashed in the central square. U.S. and European leaders are cautioning Russia not to escalate the situation in Crimea. All of this is happening as the fate of the Ukrainian peninsula of Crimea is still unclear. Sunday, voters will decide whether to remain part of Ukraine or to split and join Russia. The West has said it won't recognize the vote, while Russia says it will protect its citizens. Our George Thomas has more now from Ukraine.
From the corridors of Washington,
we have been very firm in saying that we will stand with Ukraine and the Ukrainian people.
To Berlin, Germany.
One thing has to be absolutely clear. The territorial integrity of Ukraine is not up for discussion.
To Kiev, Ukraine.
We fight for our freedom, we fight for our independence, we fight for our sovereignty, and we will never surrender.
Western leaders are warning Russia to change course in Crimea or face consequences.
We call on Russia to cease all preparations for the annexation of Crimea.
But the tough words are having little impact as Russia's grip tightens by the day. Some 20,000 forces have now fanned out across the Crimean Peninsula ahead of Sunday's referendum vote.
And this idea of holding a constitutional referendum on whether Crimea should be part of Russia or Ukraine is extremely controversial here on the streets of Kiev. Most folks are dead set against it.
In all likelihood, they will vote to join Russia, but it will be an illegal vote.
There is strength in unity, but this issue is dividing us, and this is not good.
The U.S. has placed visa bans and frozen financial assets of Russian officials responsible for violating Ukraine's sovereignty, and more potential sanctions could be on the way.
It can get ugly fast if the wrong choices are made.
Adding to tensions, Russia is holding another round of military exercises along Ukraine's eastern border, involving thousands of troops. This as Kiev's new government votes to form a 60,000-man military force to boost its country's defenses against a potential full-scale Russian invasion. George Thomas, CBN News.